septum. That's going to be the dividing line between the nasal cavities. All right, so obviously you have the other side. That will be your other nasal cavities. You have two nasal cavities. So now, as we look inside here, you have a concha. So that's going to be your superior nasal concha and middle nasal concha. The inferior, you're going to see obviously more on the other head. Actually, can somebody bring me the other head real quick? The other one. Thank you.
Professor, they're not going to be asking, like, is this the right eye or the left eye, right? No, because
Why would they do that?
They could.
I saw a video that
Alright.
they showed you how you can differentiate which one is the right eye and which is the left eye because of the muscle. No, the papillary.
Oh, you mean on the cow's eye or what?
On the back of YouTube.
Or like for example.
Like the practicals, they're gonna ask like, is this the right eye?
All right. Well, right here, is that a right or a left eye? That's a right eye. If I'm looking at this person, like I'm looking at her right now, is her right? This is her left side? No, that's her right side. Right? So I'm looking at this person. That's got to be the right side.
Yeah, that's the right eye.
Right? When you look at somebody, it's always the opposite. Right? This is your left. So that's gonna be.
Ask that.
They could. I mean, that's the easiest thing to know. This is their right side. Or do you need a mirror to help you on the test? And you know I'm teasing you. All right. So now. So we were on nasal concave, right? So that was superior, middle. So here you see 3 sets, right? So that's superior, middle, inferior. Okay? Here you can actually see the sinuses. That's one sinus, that's another sinus. Those are known as paranasal sinuses. On this model, this is that big thing right there. Oh, no. Can you see it? There you go. All right. So that big thing right there, that's a paranasal sinus. That's actually leading to another paranasal sinus. Those are your sinuses as well. On this model, there's no septum, so you don't need to worry here. So let's see. What am I missing on this list here?
Cribriform plate. Cribriform plate.
Cribriform plate? Thank you. I mean, I just got to the list, but now I found everything as well. Yeah. So we got the cribriform plate. So on this model, that's this part here. And then on this model, that's this part here. Now, on this model, you could see the olfactory foramina, which are these holes here. So those are olfactory foramina. Remember, foramina is a hole, or they are holes. This is plural. Foramina are holes, plural. On this one, you can't see it, so don't worry about it. They're not very distinguishable. But what you can see more clearly, you see those little white fibers? Those are your olfactory nerves. Or I should say your dendrites, receptors, olfactory receptors. So olfactory receptors, olfactory dendrites, those are these. On these, the best representation are going to be these guys. But others perceive this as actually the molecules of smell that we absorb going in. So, but for testing purposes, we're just going to say that those are going to be the olfactory dendrites on this model.
Can you just say dendrites?
A dendrite's too general.
So olfactory dendrites.
As the olfactory, yeah. Because dendrite, we have dendrites everywhere, right? So to say a dendrite, technically, you know, my toe has a dendrite, you know, it has dendrites. So say dendrite is too general. All right, so let's see, what am I missing? No, that should be everything, right? I've covered cribriform plate. The olfactory nerve is actually not on either of these models, so actually don't worry about it then. So it's not on these models.
The what?
The olfactory nerve is not on these models,
Oh, okay.
so you don't need to worry about them. I mean, no, it exists obviously, but for testing purposes, there's nothing to distinguish an olfactory nerve here. Like, it would be sitting on top here. The olfactory bulb would be sitting here, and the nerve would run upward, but it's not on these models, so you don't need to worry about it for testing purposes. All right, and I believe that should be everything.